Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I've been saying this for some time, many times to be more clear, that the Russians are consistent. They are very consistent in what they say they will do and what they will do. So if they tell you, I'm going to punch you in the face, they will punch you in the face. If they would say, I will give you $1, they will give you $1. Good or bad, they will do what they say, which is very easy for the opponents to figure out, the moves. Therefore, you don't really afford being honest. Therefore, explaining your next moves, because that's you're gonna work harder to succeed in winning or reaching those goals that you trumpet to everyone, that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Everyone's gonna get ready for that. Whereas you don't tell them anything, or you deceive them, which is the art of war, and then you do over there. It's easier. I found this while fighting. When you fight, I don't know if you ever guys fought in competitions or in real life. If you tell someone while you fight, hey, you know what, I'm gonna kick you in the head right over there. Just watch it. And pam, 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 boom, boom, boom. If you are able to do that, that means you're so confident, you're so good compared with the idiot, that he should just stop. Why? Because that means you're so good that even if you tell the idiot that that's what you're going to do and he can't block it and he gets kicked, that means, just let it be. Or I'm going to put this elbow in your chin. Boom, and on. That is the same thing. Let it go, man. Just stop. The same here. The Russian has been telling the Ukrainians and the Americans, we're going to do this, we're going to achieve this, we're going to achieve this, we're going to take this, we're going to take this. We're going to discuss, we're going to negotiate only after we do these things. What we do these things, without this, we're not going to go further. Oh, no. The Americans, no. They continue to ignore the consistency of the Russian, this and that. And the problem is, when they ignore that, they ignore it just to pretend that they're strong. But I don't think they're strong. I think they're just I don't even know if they're so dumb. I don't think they're dumb. It's just the ideology and the desire to destroy that. It's so big that I think it just makes them black out or something. So what's going on here? We have an article here where we have the president of Russia, still Putin, who had a phone conversation with possibly the Nobel Peace Prize laureate Erdogan, the president of Turkey. Now, I don't think that Erdogan, even if he was proposed, but I don't think for the Nobel Peace Prize, I don't think he should participate and accept it. Why? Because Obama got it. And I don't have anything with Obama. He's what he is and who he is, or he was, or whatever. I have a problem with the Nobel organization, whatever you want to call it, awarding Obama a Peace Prize for nothing. He didn't do anything before he even got in the office. So when I saw that, I was okay. You too. I was done with the Nobel Peace Prize. No, Nobel Prize for Literature. I was done after I read a few works of art, of literature. And I said, this is just the political here. It's nothing literary of value here. And anyway, putting that aside, we have Erdogan speaking with Putin about a possible dialogue between Russia and Ukraine, or Russia and the United States. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda from today, January 5, 2022. And I'm quoting the title: Ukraine must accept loss of territories for dialogue, Putin tells Erdogan. He was saying this for 1,000 years already. So what's so hard for you guys to understand that? Well, you can fight to get him back, that's all you can do, but you know that this guy is not going to change his bullshit. I mean, this is, I met an English friend. His name was and is Jamie, and I liked him very much. He was very knowledgeable, funny, and so on. So he was, I met him in 1998, yeah, 1998 I met this guy, and he was telling me a joke. I know some people might not like this joke, but this is a joke he told me, okay? He was making fun of, that was here, okay, him. He was making fun of Romanians. He called us hairy and dirty and all the greasy, which we were, I guess. I was probably. And anyway, I was making fun of him and so on. But he was making fun of the Scots, the Irish, the Welsh, all those guys, on their island over there. And he said, hey, let me tell you a joke about the Irish people. And he said, there was one time an Irish guy who said, I'm going to swim over the English Channel. So he said that the Irish guy swam halfway, and when he got halfway, he got tired and he turned back. So when he got halfway, so why don't you fucking go the other half? So the same thing is here with Putin. These guys are telling Putin, well, you turn back, you have to turn back now. You got halfway. What do you mean? Well, you didn't get everything, so now how about you don't talk about that. You just go back to the borders you were in February 24th, and we negotiate now. What do you mean? I'm halfway there, more than halfway where I want to be. So, on Thursday, 5 January, Russian President Vladimir Putin said in a telephone conversation with Erdogan, President of Turkey, that Russia is open to dialogue over Ukraine, but Kiev must take into account new territorial realities. This is what Lavrov has been saying for, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months. Peskov, the same way. 7 months. Well, we can talk, but you gotta accept or take into account the new realities in the territory. That means, well, now we got in. What do you think? We're gonna go back now? After we had so much destruction, so many people died, so many sacrifices, we're just gonna say, okay, let's go back and we're gonna talk like we talked in 2004, we didn't even talk in 2020 in February. But anyway, the Kremlin noted that Putin spoke about the, and I'm quoting, destructive role of the West, which is pumping Ukraine with weapons. I don't know if it's destructive or not, but I know that's not a de-escalation. And is it true that the West pumps weapons in Ukraine? True. So I don't know what it's all. What's the issue here? At the same time, Vladimir Putin allegedly, and I'm quoting, reaffirmed Russia's openness to a serious dialogue, provided that the Kiev authorities fulfill the well-known and repeatedly voiced requirements and consider, quote-unquote, the new territorial realities. Apart from that, according to the Kremlin, Putin and Erdogan discussed the Istanbul agreements on the export of Ukrainian grain and supply of food and fertilizer from Russia. And I'm quoting, the need for a conscious, comprehensive approach which involves the removal of all barriers to Russian exports was emphasized, end quote. The statement of the Kremlin reads, Erdogan's press official said that Turkish president had offered Putin to back up calls for peace and talks with a unilateral ceasefire announcement and a vision of a just solution. Yeah, but whenever they talk about ceasefire, you got the other weasel, Zelensky, who says, no ceasefire, because ceasefire gives the Russians time to regroup and time to bring their troops because they're in accords over there rope-a-doping right now. Okay, motherfuckers, this is the Russians. Okay, motherfuckers, let's do it and see who's going to be cracking first, which you're already beaten. But anyway, so then this is with ceasefire shit. Background, on Tuesday, January 3rd, Ibrahim Kalin, Turkish president advisor, announced Erdogan's telephone conversation with the president of Ukraine and Russia. Whether the conversation with Volodymyr Zelensky took place has not been reported yet. Well, I will report it as soon as they had a little talk. But nothing new, basically. The Russians are saying, we're not going to back down with what we already said 3,000 times. And the other guy says, yeah, we're going to beat you up, Russia. Okay, well, we're going to keep doing what they were doing. The West bring weapons. The other guys, the Russians are destroying them. The Ukrainians provide military personnel. the Russians are killing them. And the same thing happens the other way around. It's not like the Ukrainians are not doing anything to the Russians. No, no. But what I'm trying to say is that at one point, the Americans and Western partners will have to stop and say it's too much because it hurts their population. And the population, is willing to support their weasels over there who are fooling them through their own mass media. But at one point they will say, well, I'm naked, I don't have anything, it's cold, I'm hungry, you tell me I'm having a great life and that I have to do all this for Ukraine. At one point these idiots, you're stupid as you are, but at one point being cold is going to override the imbecility. So I'm waiting for that. So I'm pretty sure you're going to have those guys that are easily offended and easily hurt by anything, who are going to say, no, I'm done. I don't want Ukraine anymore. And those guys are going to be the first ones going to squeak. Why? Because they're the weak. And the weak are always the weak. You know what I mean? You can propagandize them, but the weak, once they have physical pain, they're done. They're done. Not used with that. So they will be the first one and the first one to leave the ranks. And you'll see. That's why you have... anyway, I was about to say the unions. Yeah, but the unions are, in a sense, the support of the weak, because you have a community. When you have a community fighting with one or two or three, who's the stronger, who's the strong and who's the weak? I mean, numbers, it's already an example of weak versus individual. I mean, it's like you show up to fight one guy or you show up to fight 50 guys, and I'm alone. I mean, who's more courageous, me or you guys? I mean, under my ancient Greek philosophy and values and however you want to analyze the situation, I am the stronger, I am the courageous, and those are the weasels. But somehow nowadays, the other guys are the courageous ones because they dare to get together about 50,000 against one. All right, yeah, okay. This is by the new idiocracy, woke, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that's against nature, because you're going to have the weak. You want the weak to lead? The weak have a certain kind of mentality, if you know what I mean. You don't want that mentality to be around, because we're going to be all weak. What do you mean? Then we're not going to strive for improvement, for strength. You already have all these things banned and pushed in the bottom, and you have pushed out weasels that have weakness, and oh my God, that should be admired, being a weak. What? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.